I just want to make a quick little video, um, probably about 10 minutes or something like that. But I want to talk about what do you guys think was the main reason you pretty much failed all your dreams and ambitions? What do you think it was? Was it your family? Was it your friends and associates? Was it just the insanity of existence? What was one of the main things that really knocked your life off the trajectory that you really wanted? What was it? You know? Was it the lack of having intimacy? Was it the lack of having a female in your life? What was it? How come you're in this situation that you find yourself in and you're depressed, you're miserable, you may be struggling, you may be broke, you may not be so attractive, but you have a flame in your heart, you have a spark in your heart, you have something about you, and you want to be successful. You want to try. I mean, who doesn't want to be successful? Who doesn't want to have a beautiful girl in their life? Who doesn't want to have a lot of money? Who wants to be broke and trapped? Who wants to be like being in an adult body, but you're still being treated like a kid. The 9 to 5 job, they don't treat you with any respect or dignity. You know, the classes you're taking at night or in the daytime, those classes are not preparing you for this real world where it's all about money, where somebody that probably didn't even graduate high school can become a millionaire from selling beats online, or something like that. I'm not saying that, everybody can do that, but certain people are allowed to succeed. So in your life in particular, I want you to really look at what are the combination of things that led you to failure, that led you to defeat, that led you to this ambiance of terror that we find ourselves in. What was it? Was it how people treated you? Was it how people teased you, humiliated you? You know, there's still things that happened to me in high school, hell, in middle school that I remember. Like there was one girl. and I won't say any names, but there was one girl that I liked in middle school, and I remember like seeing like okay, so we were going between classes or whatever, and all day my backpack, like my backpack, like the right shoulder strap had it broke off, so I had to just use like the left shoulder strap just to hold on, but that was breaking too. So it was giving me problems here and there. So why all of a sudden, like kind of by the gym area in a way, but it's like this is my old middle school, whatever. But that doesn't matter. Just anyway, as I seen her walking with like, somebody I know. I wouldn't call him a homie, but he was like a popular associate. And I guess you can say a friend in a way, but not really, because he never returned favors. Like I remember one time he was like, "Hey man, can you wait with me at the mall real quick after school? I need somebody to wait with me." Woo. I remember waiting with him at the mall till people pick him up or whatever. It's because he was a popular guy, or whatever, right? But anyway, so I see him walking with this girl that I like. And as I'm walking by them, my fucking strap breaks and my backpack falls to the floor. And I didn't have it zipped, so all my papers come flying out. And they kind of look, kind of laughed a bit and just kept walking. And I was like, damn, how embarrassing is that? That girl's my crush. And, that guy there, I don't know if he's a friend or foe, but that just happened. And and then, oh man, I'm going back. Another time, like, we were playing like these little relay races, and this is in middle school. And for some reason, like it was like a relay race, but you have to like run like this little obstacle course that like the PE teachers had made or whatever, And so for some reason I messed up on the obstacle course, and I remember the girl that I liked was like, "What's wrong with you? Are you stupid? What are you doing? No." I remember that frown and that venom and that hatred in her face as she was saying, like, "What are you doing? We want to lose because of you." And I remember that, and to this day, you know what I mean? That kind of gets me down, like, And those little memories, they come back and they surface, and you think about it, and it makes you unable to focus on what's right now in front of you. But fuck it, your life is already screwed, And if all those events add up, it leads to emotional stagnation and fragmentation and obliteration and incineration. It leads to that. It leads to soul capitulation. It leads to it when you have all these negative events and these negative memories that are trapped inside your mind, forever frozen in time, you know? So, what is it that made your life miserable? Why did you fail in life? Why? That's the question I'm asking you. Why did you fail? Was it because the lack of parental support? Was it because your parents, they didn't have no money? They didn't have anything put up for you, right? Or if they had some college funds put up for you, they end up spending it for bills and then said they'll pay you back but never did. And now you're in a fucked up position in life. Like, ask yourself, why are you a failure? Why don't you have a girl in your life? Right? And it can lead to just something as simple as not being attractive. A lot of people don't like looking at things or simplifying things like that, but it's usually true. The reason why a lot of people struggle in life is simply based on their visual appearance. It's no surprise that people who are visually more appealing, even on YouTube, they'll get more views, they'll get more success, and often with little effort. And it's brutal. The way this world is designed, to break your mind, steal your time, and rob you blind, and make sure you have nothing, not even a light or a spark of innovation or creativity. I mean, what the hell? What kind of world? What kind of world are we living on? A planet where just being happy feels like you committed some offense. And every time you're happy, you got to pay with it, for something else. Like, you can go through a day of being happy, a day of things going right, or as right as they can go. And for guys like us in this position, and then the very next day is like you get attacked for that, right? And it's brutal. It's crazy. And we face so many struggles and so much adversity in this position. It gets mind-boggling, and it gets really insane, and it gets really crazy because a lot of us, we want peace, we want tranquility, we want the ability and viability to actually be successful. We don't want to be in these volatile, hostile situations that we find ourselves in. We want peace. A lot of us we're peaceful people. We don't bother nobody. We just talk about our life and what we see. When I made those bop and thought videos, what did I lie? There was thousands of men that agree with me. Everybody, even bigger YouTubers agree with me, but they didn't want to publicly say anything. And then now they're on some positivity crap, just lying to their audience because it makes money. A lot of these bigger YouTubers, bro, they'll start off in some type of niche or whatever. But once they get over 100,000 subscribers, they can't really be black-pilled, or they can't really be raw no more. Because when you have 100,000 subscribers, there's a lot of normies, and they give donations. If they don't like what you're saying, then they're not going to give you no donations. Or if they don't like this, then they're going to try to, talk bad about you. Oh, he doesn't believe in Jesus, or he doesn't believe in the God of the Bible, who's an evil monster, but we do, and we still don't get nothing. But still, he doesn't believe in it, so I don't like him. Well, he said this about bops and thoughts. Oh, he called girls thoughts and bops. It's like he didn't call every girl a thought and bop. He called thoughts and thoughts a bop that were bops. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't like because he made that video, so I don't like him. It's like, really? How many videos people make out there that you don't like, and you don't stalk or harass or mess with them? So why did you think you had the ability to do that to me? Right? So you got to understand that a lot of this shit is being done by these evil, demonic people. People are evil and fucking wicked. That's the truth. You won't hear bigger YouTubers talk about that in this space, because they have to frame it in a way where it's like, I give you a little bit of hope and a little bit of this. I'm raw and authentic, and I don't give a fuck, and I ain't got shit to lose. So you're going to get the truth from me, and I think that's what people like, because what the fuck do I got? I got nothing to hide, I just speak the truth of my heart and my mind. And maybe that got me in trouble in certain situations by being too real, being too raw, being too, because you got to understand, most people on this platform is fake as fuck. You think somebody who has 100,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers and they're not saying no real shit? You know what I mean? You don't think that's deliberate, because the algorithm punishes you if your titles are a certain way, But I just don't give a fuck, because it's like, this shit doesn't pay that much anyway. Like, this shit's like, they make it impossible to become monetized, and once you become monetized, it's nothing but pennies. The demiurge is such an ass. Meanwhile, a fucking girl can show her behind and get thousands of subscribers and supporters. I just watched this one girl, how she was talking about how she was going to, what's it called, cosmetic school. some shit where when they do the makeup and do the hair, and then she said she made only frauds, and then she made like 10 grand, $10,000 like her first month, and like she quit her hairdressing school and started doing that, and now like what 2 years later she's made over what $500,000 and have other businesses and stuff, and she still has Patreon, people still donating to her. I'm just like, for a beautiful woman, just an average looking woman, your life can change for the better in a split second. For a guy like us, your life can change for the worse in a split second, even worse than the position you're in now.